I received another spiritual download based on a conversation that I had not too long ago. As a matter of fact, it's only been a couple of hours, and I reflected on it when I hung up the phone. And it made me think about something. We're human beings, and there are times where we have ups and downs. When we are down, we need to be careful what kind of information we give out and who we give it to. We have to be real careful. And I know it's hard to do, especially when you're going through a situation and you're highly upset, because everybody knows when you're in a heightened sense of emotion, you do not use your rational mind. So it's kind of hard for you to filter your thoughts. Ergo, it's hard for you to filter what you say. And be careful who you are saying it around, because people might take advantage of that depending on their nature. Might manipulate that information that you have given, information you probably would not have given under normal circumstances, and they will take advantage of that information and try to contort it and mold it to their situation and see how they can take advantage of it. I'm going to give you a couple of examples and I'm going to let you guys go. Case in point number one. You're upset because you found out that someone close to you is going through a crisis. Could be any kind of crisis. It could be financial. It could be a health crisis. It could be a mental crisis, emotional crisis. They're going through a crisis. They have people around them who are helping as much as they can. But the people who are helping also have situations going on in their life that they have to deal with. So they're basically being stretched in two different directions. So, they're trying to help the person in crisis on one end, and then on the other end, they've got to go back home and deal with the situation that's going on because their living conditions at home is not ideal. Okay, this person's going through it. But because of their connection and their affection for the persons in crisis, they're there. Some of these people don't realize the magnitude to which the responsibilities are and will turn around and take on the additional responsibility of being the caretaker or power of attorney or something like that for the person in crisis, because that person does not have that at that time and they need it in order to get through whatever the crisis is. Okay. The person who decides to take on this responsibility, they're already stretched. They're already stretched emotionally. They might be stretched financially. So they're doing what they feel they should do in their heart, knowing in the back of their mind they may or may not be making the right decision. So what they do is they wind up coming to a point where they're at a breakdown. And when you have a breakdown, you don't pay attention to what you say. So they just say they decide to go ahead and call an old cousin of theirs, somebody that they probably talk to from time to time, and decide to spill the beans about how their situation is not ideal and how they need a break and da 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 da. And they're doing it innocently, thinking that the cousin's going to take this information and say, okay, be their sounding board, be their backbone, and everything is okay. But little does that person know that the person that they're talking to, unloading all of these burdens, the person that they're talking to is looking for someone to bail them out of some bullshit. You see how this is, has extended from one person's crisis? Now you've got a third person that's going through some shit trying to take advantage of the situation. So let's just say Nancy has got a situation going on and she decides to call Joan. Joan has always been the type of person, has always been out for herself. Joan has never made any sacrifices for anybody in her life. Joan goes into relationships looking to see what the other person can do for her, and if they can't do it at the level that she wants them to do it, she lets them go. Very self-serving, very narcissistic. So here goes Nancy calling her, asking her about these things that, telling her about all these things that are going on. Joan is sitting up there playing the avid listener, but thinking in the back of her mind, man, she's going through so-and-so. She really needs a break, and I could use some help right here, right now. If she's willing to do all that for so-and-so, when that's over with, I'm going to ask her to help me. See what I mean? She's not showing any real genuine care and concern for what Nancy's doing. She's following what Nancy's doing, but she's only paying attention to what Nancy is doing and not what Nancy is feeling. She's paying attention to what Nancy is doing because she knows when that situation boils over at some point, then Nancy can come and help her. And if Nancy chooses not to come help her, then Joan's got it in her mind already that she's going to emotionally manipulate Nancy into helping her out of her bullshit. Convoluted, isn't it? Okay. And if you hear a little bit of noise in the background, like some music, it is. I've got some neighbors right next door, and I am in the room the wall that's next to the wall, the room that they're in the other building. So you may not hear it, but I just wanted to let you know if you do, that's what it is. That's not my music, that's their music. They just like to play loud music sometimes. But anyway, be careful who you talk to about your problems. Make sure that you have a relationship with them where they respect you and your time. Make sure you have a close relationship. And make sure that they're the type of person that can kind of help alleviate some of the stress when you do talk to them. Don't talk to somebody that you know is going to criticize you the whole way. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about the second situation with this, where somebody's emotionally manipulating. Now, this is the type of person who who does nothing but criticize. You're going through something, you call this person, you unleash, and this person has had a history of wanting to criticize and be overbearing and micromanage all the time. And for those of you who don't know what that's about, you might want to listen to my audio about micromanagers. Yeah, there's some really special people, hence the term special. Anyway, you decide to call this person that you know is judgmental and critical and micromanager in the whole 9 yards. You're trying to just get something off your chest, trying to maybe get some kind of assistance, or you're just going through it, and you called the wrong person. So when it's all said and done, you get done saying what you have to say. This is the golden opportunity for this person, because they get off on criticizing people. I don't even know if it's a sexual turn on or what. I mean, that's something maybe I need to research. I don't know. But they get off on other people's misfortune, and when they hear that you're going through it, then they think in their mind, oh, wow, this is my golden opportunity to tell them how to straighten up their life. And you wind up hanging up the phone after they tell you for 20 or 30 minutes all the things that you've done wrong and how horrible you are, and you need to do this and you need to do that. You feel 10 times worse than you did before you picked up the phone and called this person. Stay away from these two types of people. Stay away from the opportunistic Joan and this other person who does nothing but criticize, critical Carl. Stay away from these people. They're not going to do you any good. These are not the people that you discuss these things. These are not the people that you tell your troubles to. You just don't. They're both types of narcissists. They're all about themselves. They really don't care about your feelings, and they go into every single conversation that they have with someone thinking about what they can get out of it. They're not solution-minded people. They're not looking to help you find a solution. They don't care. They look at you as a tool to further their own agenda regardless. Joan wanted Nancy to hurry up and get over what she needed to get over so she can help her with her mess. And Critical Carl just wanted someone to listen to how right he is about everything. So just be careful. I know it's hard. Just take a few minutes to breathe before you pick up the phone, go into Messenger, go on Facebook, go on social media and vent. Before you do that, just take a minute or two and breathe before you deliver what you're going to deliver. And if it is a private conversation with someone, choose who you're going to have it with, because you really want someone that's going to provide you with a solution to the problem. That person might have gone through it. They might be able to help you. And if they're coming from a healthy space, By the time the conversation is over, you're going to feel like a load has been lifted. You are going to feel uplifted somewhat. You are going to feel that. But if you feel bad when you hang up, it's because nothing good came of it. So just try a little light breathing. Try going outside and getting some fresh air before you start going off and venting to the wrong people, because those people might have sinister intentions for you because they don't care about you. Trying to keep you guys protected. Spiritual warfare is real. And this is one of the tools that you need to have in your arsenal so you can stay protected. And with that, I bid you more protection, prosperity, peace, and power. Have a great day.